Hello, everyone. Good morning. My name is Srivani. Thank you, each of you, for attending today's event. For those of you who have attended a Vishwa Talk before, a warm welcome back to you. And for those of you who are joining us for the first time, here's a little bit about us. Vishwa Talk is an initiative by Vishwa. Vishwa.org is an online platform for everyday change makers and social champions. It's a crowdfunding and a crowdsourcing platform that is aimed at helping anyone to find support that they need in their efforts to solve problems for themselves and for others, and in the process of making a world a better place. Vishwa Talks are a series of weekly webinars hosted every Saturday that are focused on gaining an in-depth knowledge from experts on a wide range of topics that are pertinent to the current context. Today's Vishwa Talk is brought to you in partnership with Pema Wellness Resort from Visakhapatnam that has been working in the field of naturopathy for the last few years. At a time when food habits have changed very drastically, at a time when our generation is now eating junk food, is eating food which is ordered on Zomato, on Swiggy, where the next generation is no longer aware of our old food habits. They do not have a belief, and the norms of the day have changed with these changing lifestyles, with urbanization. This generation has no connection and no belief with our age-old traditions and our food habits. There's been a request from our audience for such a talk to bring in awareness about food habits. With this, we have invited a very respected personality in this field for the last 4 decades, Dr. Murthy. Nature Cure became popular during the last few decades due to the work done by Dr. Murthy and his team in the country by starting and guiding several nature cure centers and nature cure colleges to bring out better educated doctors. He contributed to the growth of top nature cure hospitals like Jindal in Bangalore, SDM College and Hospital at Dharmasthala Kalp at Palampur, Pema Wellness at Visakhapatnam, and other nature cure centers in Rajasthan and Karnataka. The upgradation of nature cure courses from a diploma level to the degree level improved the image of practitioners in the society to lead to the improvement of their employment in both private, government, and public sectors in our country, with strong and sustainable gains. He developed the nature cure science with all the latest technologies and giving outstanding results to patients without any side effects, and has cured chronic diseases by using nutritional techniques, yoga, physiotherapy, acupuncture, and other techniques. He has helped many people in their health. I mean, he can tell you about how many people have been cured with diabetes, with chronic pains. So with this, without further ado, I would like to invite Dr. Murthy to start today's Vishwa Talk. Please. Mute, you're unmuted. Murthy garu.
Thanks for your virtual visit to Pema Bay Park Wellness Organization. And I'm very, very happy to meet all the members and listeners of Vishwa Talks. And I hope that my meeting with you all will ignite the curiosity about the promotion of your health in day-to-day. Friends, you must be aware that from the birth of mankind, people are searching to find out ways and means to combat with daily sufferings with diseases and complications, health issues. And also, they are observing and getting agitated to see that people are dying after old age, after disease, and some chronic problems. So the search has started long, long back to how to conquer disease, how to conquer the death. And they have started thinking how we could make the person immortal. So this is the idea for the birth of various medical systems in the olden days. They started doing research, experiment, and during the process of this growth, they invented several types of herbal medicines. They recognized the potency of therapeutic potency of various herbs. And they also experimented how to use these herbs for the benefit of the mankind. Now, we are seeing several types of medical systems with all the experiments which humans did during the last several centuries. We are having allopathic system, which is based on the medicines, and a lot of research is being done in this field. And there is Ayurvedic science in India, which is the most ancient, in which the research was done on the use of various types of herbs, various types of combinations, various types of natural preparations. And there is, in the last century, the research continued, and some doctors found from Germany homeopathy, and homeopathy also became popular. Like this, there are several types of medical systems are existing, and naturopathy is one of them, started in the last century, and it is promoted, thinking that this could solve the problem of the mankind. Yes, there is some salvation from the diseases after implementing the methods and therapeutic measures of nature cure system. The difference between naturopathy and other medical system is, other medical systems depend upon the external sources like medicines and preparations, whereas nature cure system depends upon the natural products, upon the nature to help us. And it depends upon the body's vitality and immunity to bring out the lost health and establish the normalcy in due course of time. Instead of searching for the cause outside, unlike other systems, naturopath practitioner searches the cause inside the body, and he finds out the basic problem where it is existing, and try to remove that problem with the use of natural elements only, which we call Panchabhutas, like Prithvi, that is earth, air, water, and sunlight, and nutrition, and exercise, and so on. So, in this, there is no external agent to interfere with the function of the body, with the function of the cells in the body. And it is in nature cure system. There is no treatment directed to treat the symptoms. Symptoms are believed to be the causative factors of the presence of the disease, which is somewhere existing. Symptoms are not the disease. Treating the symptoms is not the solution unless you remove the cause of the disease. Nature cure system helps to remove that particular cause. So we go into the basics. You must be watching several yogis talking. Instead of seeing the whole world outside, look in yourself. All philosophers say, अंदर देखो क्या हो रहा है, बाहर दो दुनिया बहुत है, अंदर क्या है आप जानते नहीं हैं. So अंदर देखना क्या है भाई? What is this seeing inside? And just closing your eyes, can you see inside? No. What you see in depth when you watch what is happening in your body, you will see a mighty civilization of cellular people. I can call all these cells people. Like we are in a country existing, and various people are various jobs they are executing. Like some are doctors, some are actors, some are engineers, some are lawyers, some are politicians, some are rowdies. Yes. In the same way, there are millions and trillions of cells in the body doing their job very eagerly, and they are also very, very busy from morning to night until their body gets exhausted. These cells are working like the way we are working in the country. This cellular civilization continues to live under a systematic discipline which is called metabolic activity. Metabolic activity, what is metabolic activity? There are few functions of these cells. Basically, they are ruled by these functions. One is anabolic activity. Anabolic activity means, like in the world, people are animals, they are taking birth, growing for some time, executing their responsibilities, and grow old, and after few decades, they die. And they do get diseases, they get cured, they get so many mental traumas and obstructions, winning over others, competitions, all these things will be there. In the same way, cells also will do. They are also taking birth, they are also growing, they are also executing their responsibilities, and they are also being attacked by enemies. All these things are happening as we are seeing now. In the borders, what is happening, we know. So same thing happens in our body also. Enemies will come and try to harass them. And there are rogues, rowdies in the form of cancer cells, disease-producing cells. All these things are there. So there is a perfect organized civilization inside. And the second thing is, this is one thing which is called anabolic activity, taking rebirth, responsibilities, execution. And all these cells are executing various responsibilities according to the location they are located and according to the function that is designated to them. See, the cells of the heart will do the job which is given to the muscle, heart muscle. And a cell of the liver will do the function of the liver. Likewise, each and every organ is like a state, is a department in the government. So the cells will be executing these responsibilities with utmost dedication and sincerity. So now, this anabolic activity is one thing. This all anabolic activity. And after some time, there is death. Some cells will be dying. And some cells are getting wounded. Some cells are getting injured and they go into a state where they cannot execute their functions, their responsibilities efficiently. Such cells are to be replaced in due course of time to keep the body going. And there is a process in which these cells are replaced, removed from the position, and eliminated. And this process is called catabolic activity. So the health of an individual depends upon the balance of both anabolic and catabolic activities. So when this happens in a systematic way, the health is systematically maintained and it is balanced. What happens and how these things, the function of these cells gets affected? And what are the causes which diminish the capacity and capability of the cells to execute their job? This is a big question. And as people think, only bacteria and viruses are not the things which weaken the functional capacity of these cells. There are so many things. And these things are identified by nature cure philosophers. And they said, and these are the main root causes of producing a disease in the body. So there was, last century, there was a gentleman in Germany, Louis Kuhne. He said that whatever that is accumulated in your body in excess, that becomes a foreign matter, and this foreign matter has to be eliminated. Otherwise, this debris will accumulate in your body beyond the capacity of excretion of the excretory organs. Then these things are going to cause trouble to the function of the cells. Because what happens when the undigested, unprocessed, uneliminated matter accumulates into our body? It may be waste, which is not useful for the body. And this matter will also attract the bacteria and other viruses because it is a dead matter. And bacteria and virus live on the dead matter. So this ferments and sometimes gets putrefied. And the putrefaction of the material produce heat. And this heat and putrefaction process, which produces some toxins. These toxins will cause irritability and finally produce inflammation in the internal organs, wherever these foreign matter is located. To stop the inflammation, to stop the irritability, the body produces reaction by which it tries to eliminate this foreign matter, and this is executed in the form of acute diseases. So all the acute diseases are nothing but the protective instinct of the body to keep it clean so that the body will not get affected with a disease condition. And it is just to protect the vital organs from the toxins that are getting collected in the body. So the body tries to eliminate these things in a drastic form as fast as possible. And these are acute diseases. Like say, for example, if somebody gets a vomit, right? Somebody gets a vomit, and vomiting, we don't stop. We should not stop by giving medicines. And vomiting is a process of cleansing the undigested matter going into your digestive system. So help the body to clear the stomach from the undigested matter instead of just pushing into the intestines. Pushing into the intestines will cause problem in the intestines also. So remove it from the stomach level. So this is an acute condition. Like that somebody is getting a loose motion. Loose motion is just clearing the stomach, clearing the intestines from the debris which is getting collected in it and getting fermented there. And body tries to wash it out with water in a faster way in the form of a diarrhea. And somebody gets 3-4 motions, what generally we do, we go and take a medicine. So that stops the diarrhea. But what happens to the matter which has to be eliminated from the intestines? It remains there only. So nature cure helps the body to remove this acute condition by removing that accumulated matter instead of stopping the reaction of the body. So this is what Louis Kohn has explained. And same thing was explained by Henry Lindler. And there is one more scientist came into the field, is called Tilden. And this Tilden has bifurcated various types of toxins. He said there are toxins which are coming into the body from the outside. Not only the toxins which are produced in the body, but also there are toxins coming into the body from outside sources. So he said these things are endogenous toxins and exogenous toxins. So these exogenous toxins are different and endogenous toxins are different. Endogenous toxins are, you can see these things, we all know these things, but for the reference sake, I am explaining about them. And the first one is excessively produced acids and the quality of the acids in the digestive system, and excessively produced hormones due to the activity of the hormone producing glands. And third is fecal matter, which is being collected in our digestive system and especially in the intestines. And there is fecal matter, means don't think that the fecal matter what we excrete through the rectum. And there are cellular waste also. Cells also, like living beings. There are 37,000 trillion cells in our body. So all these cells are like us. They are also breathing. They are also eating. They are also excreting excreta. All this excreta has to be removed by the bloodstream only. So all these excreta in the form of fecal matter has to be removed by only 3 channels in our body. The first channel is solid portion of this fecal matter, which generally 99% will throw it out through our rectal passage. And there are water-soluble toxins which are excreted through the sweat and urination. And there are gaseous toxins which are excreted through our lungs. So constantly, all these four organs are working to keep our body clean. One is rectal passage, the second is kidneys and urinary system, third is respiratory system through skin, and fourth is lungs. Imagine if one of these organs fails to function for 24 hours. Leave out the chronic condition where there is a permanent breakdown due to the organ's failure, mechanical failure, due to disease conditions. If any organ fails to function for one day, then finish. There is a lot of commotion in the body and there is a lot of pressure. There is a lot of reaction in the body. So for cleaning the body, this method is being adopted, constant cleansing system, and all the fecal matter thus collected in the body being eliminated. In addition, there are cells which are dying in trillions. Trillions are taking birth and trillions are dying. All these dead cells are to be removed. And each cell is having another cell within. That is called mitochondrial cells. Each cell is having several mitochondrial cells in itself. And the function of these mitochondrial cells is to collect oxygen from the air we are breathing and direct this oxygen into the cell so that the hyperdynamic foods like carbohydrates, fats, and proteins are literally burnt in the cell to produce heat. Understand? This heat is the energy. We get energy through the heat produced by this oxidation of dynamic foods. And heat is the energy. If heat is not there, the person is dead, the animal is dead. Cold is death. So these mitochondrial cells are responsible for giving us heat in the body. But unfortunately, the lifespan of these small cells in the cells within the cells, they live only for 2-3 days. That means imagine how many trillions and trillions of mitochondrial cells are also dying every day, every minute. And these cells are also to be removed. So much debris is being produced from the digestive system, from the circulatory system, from the cellular system. All these systems are producing so much debris, like we produce in the municipality so much debris. Tons and tons of wastage is being collected by municipal vans to dispose, to keep the city clean. Like that, our body is also constantly keeping it clean. So, as I repeat again, all the solid toxins are being eliminated through the digestive system through rectum. And water-soluble toxins are being eliminated through skin and urination. And gaseous toxins are being eliminated through respiration, that is lungs. So all these things are constantly working. And even without our knowledge, your skin is perspiring, which is called insensible perspiration. Insensible perspiration will be around 2 liters per day, for your information. That's why naturopaths say you should drink 2 liters of water minimum per day. And this quantity changes according to the season. When you are sweating, just like in summer, you may need to drink more water. And now, Another thing is foods that are undigested and unassimilated. These are the things. See, I have seen people who are constantly eating something or other all the 24 hours. But our digestive system is prepared to take food only at a particular time, and that is only digested. Whatever food you take in extra, that also becomes a foreign matter. So keep the body in a systematic way. All the habits. Also, this gives importance of eating habits should be regularized in each man's life. And exogenous toxins are explained that all chemicals, including medicines, what we are taking, and salts, whatever we are consuming, all the metals we are consuming, and all the tobacco products we are using, and the alcohol we are enjoying. All these things, understand, these things are all exogenous toxins. And extensive use of pesticides, extensive use of pesticides are entering into our body through food. So this is also a toxin. And manures, inorganic manures, which are being used for cultivation, these are also going into our body. These are also toxins. And when you are going into a bazaar for shopping, we are inhaling a lot of smoke. This is the smoke delivered by the petrol and diesel engines. And these carbons are also toxins. And the plastics, whatever we are using, in micrograms, it is every day going to our system. This is also toxin. And nowadays, we are getting the toxins through digital toxins, through radiation, through microphones, through your telephones, and through your mobile phones. And these are digital toxins. The radiation emitting from these things are also harmful to the body. So keep your digital toxins limited by using these gadgets in limited quantity. Ladies may get upset if I say that the cosmetics what you are using and the perfumes and deodorants what you are using, these are also toxins. So packed foods, we are going ready-made cooked foods like Maggi and all those things. These things are made with preservatives to increase their shelf life. And these preservatives are also toxins. So all these toxins are responsible for creating problems in your digestive system, in the function of your liver, and in the function of your neuromuscular systems, and in your cardiovascular systems, and they do produce allergies, and they produce initially acute problems due to the reaction of the body in the process of eliminating them. And if it is not properly supported, it is going to produce a chronic condition and a chronic disease. A chronic disease like diabetes, a chronic condition like hypertension, a chronic condition like a neuromuscular disorder. We are seeing several conditions. These conditions, some are reversible and some are non-reversible. These are all caused due to these toxins only. Please mind it. And these all could be prevented if you keep your body clean once in a way by detoxifying the system. The wellness centers like Pema, for example, what we are doing the same thing. We give the treatments to detoxify your system. Whatever toxins we are collecting in our day-to-day life, these are to be detoxified now and then, so that at least for a few more months, we can have a healthy and complicated life. And this is helpful by coming and spending some time in a wellness center where these cleansing programs are systematically executed. And what are these things? Prevention is better than cure. We all know it. And toxins attract bacteria and viruses. And when they are accumulated, the combination of toxins and bacteria and viruses produce inflammation. And this causes acute diseases. And if acute diseases are not handled properly, chronic diseases will come. This is the root how we develop a chronic condition, a failure of an organ and a failure of heart muscle. Where heart attack comes, people say sudden heart attack. किसी को sudden heart attack नहीं होता. Nobody will have that. To build up heart attack, it takes years of abuse, diet, wrong living habits. All these things, if you know and understand, then you can prevent that condition. And no disease, and there is no cure. All the diseases are nothing but accumulated toxins. They are caused due to accumulated toxins. All the names are different, positions are different. And wherever this toxin is present, it is going to cause trouble to that organ. And this toxin is the root cause of the disease. And only cure is to remove the toxin. Then there is no disease. That's why Louis Kuhn said, there is no disease and there is no cure. Removing the toxin is the cure. So there is very easy formula, and adopt natural principles in day-to-day life, and adopt natural food habits in day-to-day life, and live near to nature, and avoid all the things which are against the natural living. In nature cure, we use only natural elements. We don't use any medicine. We use mud. We use water, which is we call hydrotherapy. And mud therapy, we apply mud packs we use, mud baths we give. And sunlight exposure, everybody knows what benefit of sunlight. And getting pure air, which is becoming rarer and rarer commodity nowadays. And air, see, if you come to Pema, you will get plenty of air because we are on the top of a hill and it is on the beach road. You know, living on the seaside is having several advantages. These several advantages, the best advantage is morning and evening. We know that ozone is released from the surface of the sea waters. Ozone is nascent oxygen. Nascent oxygen helps in clearing free radicals. So that is one more indirect and direct benefit what you people you get when you come to Pema. Nature cure, actually speaking, I will tell you a fact. Nature cure promotes wellness. We want you to be healthy. We don't want you to be sick. And nature cure promotes wellness. And we are not depending upon your disease. We are depending upon your health. We want to promote your health. We want to detoxify your system time to time so that you will not fall sick. So that's why we are promoters of wellness. But when you take into consideration about other systems of medicines, they promote, unfortunately, illness, not wellness. And because they treat diseases, we don't treat any disease. We only clean your system. So, in addition to hydrotherapy, water treatments, which are going to improve thermic and circulatory reactions in the body, and this is going to keep the excretory organs clean and help the body to keep itself healthy as long as possible. And there are manipulative therapies. Manipulative therapies means by movements. Like, for example, exercise is a manipulative therapy. yoga. Yoga is a manipulative therapy. Pranayam is a manipulative therapy. Like that, there are several types of manipulations, and massages are also manipulative therapies. Massage means not just applying some oil and rubbing. It is improving the circulation, toning up of your muscles, toning up of your heart muscle, and improving the breathing rate of your system. I want you to tell you one thing about breathing. See, a tortoise takes 3 to 4 times a minute its breath. Do you know what is the lifespan of a tortoise? It is 150 years to 1000 years. It takes only 3 to 4 breaths in a minute. Elephant takes 4 to 5 breaths per minute. Do you know its lifespan? It is 75 years to 150 years. Okay. A dog takes 25 to 35 times per minute. It lives only 10 to 12 years. Humans takes 15 breaths per minute. We can live up to 75 to 100 years if you can manage that account of 15 breaths. So yoga says, control your breath, slow down your breathing. You can live longer. Yogis, we are having history, records that yogis, so there are some yogis who are living since 150 years. I heard of a Mahatma who lived for 550 years. So by controlling the breathing and slowing down the breathing rate, you can live longer. Somebody said, it's okay, sir, yogis all the time they sit closing their nose. What is the purpose of living like that? No, that is not the purpose. There are so many things, even by sitting quiet at some time, with your mental force, psychic energy, you can do wonders. You can do good to the society. And there is one more hand in the nature cure system, which is very, very valuable, nutrition. Nutrition medicine is now catching up. Because we get energy through nutrition, nutrients. Body needs nutrients for its survival. Unless the fuel what you are putting in your engine, which is pure, if you put diesel mixed with kerosene in your engine, is it going to work? It's going to fail. So it should be pure oil. So in the same way, whatever nutrients we are giving to our body, it should be pure and clean. It is well processed and well used, well in natural form. So these nutrients, whatever we put, just it is not throwing under the pit of your nose, maybe in the pit like mouth, below your nose, and you have to put some reasonably good quantity and good quality of food in your mouth, which is going to nourish the body and gives energy to the body. Good, it promotes your youthfulness in the body, promotes your energy in the body, and makes you keep your body happy and mind happy. And there is one more thing. Eating is one thing, and there is fasting. There is fasting. And fasting is one of the treatments in nature cure. What happens in fasting? Fasting, body cells, body defensive cells, going to clear and eliminate the unwanted cells in the body. They clean the dead cells in the body. This is what is called autophagy. One Japan scientist recently in the 2016, he did research on fasting, what we people used to do in India religiously from centuries. That Japanese man has done this, and he got Nobel Prize for that. No Indian got it. See, look at it. And we don't do anything scientific. We talk more and do less, and others will take the advantage and do research, and they are getting Nobel Prize on our sciences. So this is fasting. During the fasting, the body cleanses itself. During the fasting, the body cleanses its mind, and your mental and physical powers will be increased because of detoxification. So fasting is a reasonable treatment one can do for a day. At least you do it once a week. If not, once in a fortnight, one day in a fortnight, you do fasting. And again, fasting means not eating tons of fruits on the day. You have to drink only water and be on water. And if you are weak and having a problem, health problem, you can drink a juice 3-4 times a day. And that is what is fasting. Do fasting and keep your body clean, and do regular yoga. Yoga is now our Prime Minister is also promoting aggressively yoga internationally. And thanks to him. And yoga improves your mental and psychic powers. Yoga improves your physical strength. Yoga keeps your body clean. And yoga is non-violent exercise, unlike gymnastics and gym exercises. And yoga improves your mental and psychic powers. And pranayama improves your oxygen concentrations in the body. And pranayama improves your dharana, and meditation increase your concentration. And in addition to that, in Nature Cure, we also added recently acupuncture and acupressure, which are also ancient sciences. So you may ask, how many days we may have to stay for this process of cleansing? I require, depending upon the condition of an individual, minimum 7 days, maximum according to their condition. If somebody comes with a serious health issue, he may require to stay for a longer time. They should not bargain with me that, oh, no, I can't leave. I can't leave my business. I can't leave this and that. If you don't take care of yourself when everything is all right, then one day you may have to leave your body. Then what you are going to do with all the things what you are doing? So keep your health normal with periodical cleansing and keeping yourself detoxified. Is going to help people to keep the body clean and mind sharp and intellect sharp, and maintain your health excellent for a longer period. I think it is enough for today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Murthy garu. I'd like to mention that our speaker will be taking questions after this talk. So please raise your hand or type your questions in the chat. After we close the talk, we can continue with the questions and an answer session. I would now like to request you to take a 30 seconds poll to answer, so that the purpose of this poll is to serve you better, so that we can curate the topics that we bring to you. While you take the survey, I would like to say a little bit about Vishwa Talks. Vishwa Talks is a space to expand the horizons of our minds. Every webinar, we call experts from different domains to examine, to discuss, and examine opinions, issues, problems, and perspectives. Each webinar is an interactive session where we all walk away with more respect for each other and a deeper understanding about the topic at hand. Thank you, Dr. Murthy garu. Today, you have given us such a wide knowledge about here. You have spoken to us about naturopathy being a preventive medicine rather than trying to cure diseases, and how important it is, especially in this age and generation when the lifestyles are changed due to urbanization, We see that our age-old sciences, our tulsi, cardamom, all the various spices we have, the various vegetables we have, various methods we have that are slowly going out of our system. And the next generation is not even aware of the importance of it. They're okay with a Swiggy. They're okay with having a beer every evening. They're okay with putting on mussels with chicken. But they don't understand that when a cardiac arrest happens, it doesn't happen automatically, but it is a steady increase in the body being filled with toxics. Thank you so much for this talk where you have given us a clear understanding of naturopathy and how it works. Thank you to each of you participants for listening to such a serious topic. And thank you to Vishwa team. You all have done a great job. Today, I would also like to thank we had a fundraiser with Roshni Trust, and Biological Events has funded it. Thank you so much, Biological Events. We have two more fundraisers, one from Parampara Foundation and one from Balvikas. Parampara Foundation. During the COVID period, a lot of artists have gone through very tough times. Just like naturopathy, Ayurvedic, yoga, all these are a part of Indian culture, Indian sampradaya. We also have a lot of art, and the artists who are custodians of these arts have gone through very severe times in the last few years. Parampara is coming out with a dance league where Kuchipudi and Bharatanatyam artists are given an opportunity to present their art, and there will be prizes being given to them so that we can respect them and ensure that their enthusiasm is still kept. We would like those individuals who can or who would like to share it with people or with corporates who have the capacity to take on giving these prizes. Please donate to Parampara with your full heart. In addition to this, we have Balvikas, an institute in Kukatpalli, which is working with children with disabilities. Vishwa Talks is helping them fund 3 tutors of speech therapy, 3 speech therapists. So paying them 15,000 a month. We would request people to donate to them generously so that each teacher can in turn train many people. So with this, I would like to close this session and ask those of you who have any questions to go ahead. So there are some questions, I'll just repeat them. Can you please, Dr. Murthy garu, can you please speak of foods and toxins, etc. on mental health, both problems and potential solutions?
See, there is no barrier in between physical and mental health. Mind and body are interdependent. And if you are having stomach pain and if you want to write something, you can't do that. So because your concentration, your mental focus will be on your stomach. So these 2 things to be considered on one line only. That's why in yoga also we can say yoga are physical exercises, in fact. Why you say by practicing yoga you will develop your mental capabilities and even sometimes siddhis? Because you reach a position where your utmost condition of your cellular health is present. So this condition will give more focus to your brain cells to think properly, execute properly, plan properly, everything will come. So mental health and physical health both go hand in hand. So nature cure purifies the body, purifies your mind, and we also, yoga is part of nature cure system. So both are considered on equal par with each other, and they both will improve gradually.
Our next question is from one Mr. Santosh. Would you like to come on video and ask?
Sure, ma'am. Thank you, Murthy Garu, for this wonderful session. Just one question on how to approach naturopathy. When you have a heart problem, you go to a heart specialist, right? When you have a headache, you go to a physician. When is the right time? How to judge whether we need naturopathy? How to plan out? How to organize? If you can please provide some guidance on that.
Don't wait until you are hit by a thief on your head. You take actions. If you feel sometimes you are stressed, if you feel your life is out of natural conditions, and if you are feeling anxiety in your daily life, and if you feel the pressure of your life, and if when you have problem with your diet, following diet, correct by diet, and if there is a problem in your natural way of living, then it is very, very essential to detox your system as frequently as possible. If you are managing everything normal, you don't require any treatment. Even nature cure treatment is not required. It is only as a preventive aspect. I am talking about detoxifying the system. Nature cure doctors are in real sense, they are not treating any disease. I am also not treating any disease. What I am doing is a cleansing work. I am cleaning your body. And by that, indirectly, I am cleaning your mind. If you know the technique, you can do it on yourself. You don't need to come. But only the problem is you cannot do all these therapies at home. So here, because of various combination of therapies, we can give you relief at a shorter period of time. So according to the condition, physical condition, and your stress levels, and your food violations, keep any of these things, you may require now and then. Don't wait until the D-Day.
Thank you, sir.
Next question. What are your thoughts on diets like paleo, keto, etc.? How about fasting, intermittent fasting, etc.?
See, intermittent fasting is not new to us. See, actually, I will always tell people that our Indian system of life is nothing but intermittent fasting. If I observe the lifestyle of my father, I just remember that he used to take food at 10 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock before 7 in the night. And nothing in between. He used to work. He was very handsome man, tall and handsome, with a fair complexion. And he used to work very hard. And we are so many children in the house. He did a wonderful job of rearing us all to a good position. So 2 meals a day. It is also said, Ekabhuktam Mahabhogi, Vibhuktam Mahabhogi. Those persons who are getting 2 meals, square meals a day, they are the richest people, Mahabhogis, So don't take third meal. Third meal is not Indian system, it is factory worker system. What factory workers will do, they take food in the morning and eat like a king, they say. Eat your breakfast like a king. Because he is going to factory, he has to eat, stuff his stomach and he has to go there. And eat like a middle class man in the lunch. Not very heavy meal because he has to work in the daytime. And your supper will be like a papas. Why all suffering? You have 2 square good meals. Wonderful meal you can have and nourish the meal, taste the meal. Why packed meal? ये कैरियर में छोटा सा रख करके जाके खाना क्या बात है ये? वो Indian system नहीं है. So intermittent fasting is nothing new, and it is an Indian system of practice. And they are putting some English name and bring it back into our culture. And we also say the Tribhuktam Mahabhogi, that's enough. Don't take Tribhuktam Maharogi. You will get the disease. No breakfast.
So with this, thank you, Dr. Murthy Garu. You've been answering so many questions. Your session was very enlightening. I hope that knowledge would make a difference to someone's life.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
To all the audience also.